again, guys. Today I really wanted us to do some ice cream, and we're gonna do a very special ice cream. It's gonna be sticky toffee pudding ice cream. Haagen-Dazs, you know, I don't know if some of you remember this. They used to have a sticky toffee pudding, and then they sticky toffee pudding ice cream, and they discontinued it. And I used to love this ice cream. I was so disappointed when they discontinued it. So here I have 3/4 cups of water and a cup of dates. It's a deglet dates. It's very large and it's very soft. These are the best dates. So I have a cup here which is about 10 dates, and we're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we're gonna put this in the processor, and then we're gonna try to make our sticky toffee pudding for our ice cream, you know. So bear with me, and this is gonna be very exciting. It's very involved because we're gonna do our sauce, our caramel sauce, and we're gonna make our ice cream. You know, I have a birthday coming up in the family, and I wanted to do this, and I'm very excited to show you this, my version of it. All right, so let's continue with our sticky toffee pudding. I have 5 tablespoons of vegan butter here. While my dates are simmering, I am going to mix in the butter with my sugar. I have a 3/4 cup of date sugar. Right, all natural date sugar. This is very expensive, by the way. This small packet, like 8 ounces, is like $6, $6.99. So again, I'm using my hand to do this, to make my cake mixture. I don't feel like doing it with the mixer, and this is good exercise for my hands. So I'm going to mix this in, and then I'm going to get back to you. Okay, so I added my cup of dates that I boiled and pureed, and now I'm going to add a teaspoon of organic vanilla. Please do not get that imitation stuff. Real vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So you can do this by all means with your mixer, but I want to do this with my hands. So I have the date sugar here, and don't forget to sift your date sugar because it tends to get lumpy, especially when it's been sitting for a while. I've had this date sugar there for a while and it was kind of lumpy, so you need to sift it. And then all we're going to do next is I have a cup and a 1/4 of white spelt flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm just going to add this to my mixture because remember, this is a dense, it's a pudding. So I'm going to incorporate this in here, and then I'm going to put it in my greased pan and bake it 350 degrees for 25 minutes. Alright, so I'm going to do this and get back to you. So here is my sticky pudding, and it's smelling really good after adding the vanilla. So I have a 9-inch pan here. I'm going to put this to bake at 350 degrees. I'm going to spread this out. at 350 degrees for 25 minutes. This is looking good and smelling good already. This is going to be a beautiful ice cream. Alright guys, so I'm going to put this in the oven and we're going to get back to you when this is done. So folks, here is our pudding. I took it out of the oven just now and it's 15 minutes, not 25 minutes. So this is hot. I'm going to put it on my cooling rack. It came out very nicely. I'm gonna let this cool. See, we're gonna put this in our ice cream, guys. It's gonna be fun and delicious. So guys, I'm making my caramel sauce. I have, and this is the color you want. This has been going now for about 10 to 12 minutes. And this is the color that you want, this amber color. So now I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of butter here and stir it in. You see what is happening here? It's bubbling up. And then after the butter is melted, I'm going to add my milk. And we have our dark caramel sauce. So I have half a cup of agave syrup, just the agave syrup that you put in the pot, and then you let it caramelize. You let the agave caramelize to this color, and then you add the butter. The butter is melted. So I'm going to turn off the stove, and I'm going to now add my milk. And remember guys, keep the kiddies away from this. This is super hot. I'm now going to add 1 cup of milk to this. And you stir this. So this is a nice dark color. You could have like a blondie as well, caramel sauce, which, you know, you would not let the agave syrup get to a dark color. You just let it get to a lighter color, and then you add the butter and the milk, and then you're gonna have like a blondie caramel. So I'm going to let this thicken up, and then, but I'm happy with this color for the caramel, and I'll get back to you. So guys, here we have our cake again. Somebody stole a little piece from here. I have a bamboo skewer here. I'm poking holes in the cake. Now what is going to make this cake sticky toffee pudding, like I said, is the caramel sauce. So I'm going to pour the caramel sauce over this, and it's going to go through the holes, and I'm going to help it to do that by poking and poking and poking with the skewer. So I'm going to pour all of this around here, and it's going to absorb it, and this is what we're going to put in our cake. Delicious. So it's going to soak through, right? The ideal situation is to have your caramel sauce ready, so when you remove the cake from the oven, it's warm, it's hot, and it's really going to absorb this faster. This is the ideal situation, but I did not have my sauce ready. But this is what you should do, okay? But this is gonna be fine, okay? So I'm gonna let this sit, and then we're gonna go to the next step of making our ice cream. So guys, let's do this ice cream now. We have all of our different parts together. So now we're gonna make our ice cream, and I wanted to show you this milk. It's evaporated coconut milk. I bought this at Whole Foods, and I really like the consistency of it. I mean, this is perfect for ice cream. Perfect for ice cream. When I was growing up in the Caribbean, my mother, when she made ice cream, it was evaporated milk and condensed milk. That's what we used. We didn't use that milk that they have now that you buy in the supermarket that has to be frozen. We did have refrigeration, but this is what we use in the Caribbean mostly. So I came across this and I love this milk. It says evaporated coconut milk, made for coconut lovers. It's dairy and soy free, of course, and rich and tasty vegan. I really wanted to use this because of the texture of it and the feel of it for the ice cream. But those of you who are worrying that it's gonna have this coconut flavor, it smells like coconut, but it doesn't have much of a coconut flavor because I think because it's evaporated. All right, so I have my ice cream maker is 1.5 quarts. So I'm going to use 4 cups. So this evaporated milk, I'm going to mix it with Brazil nut milk. This is my Brazil nut milk here. This is 3 cups of Brazil nut milk. 3 cups of Brazil nut milk. And of course I had 1 cup of the evaporated coconut milk and a little bit extra. And because our sticky toffee pudding is very sweet, I'm only going to add 3 tablespoons of agave syrup. You can add more if you want. Again, it's to your taste. Sugar, salt, it's to your taste. So I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of agave syrup. Put some rest of the milk. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And I'm going to mix this up. And we're going to put this in our ice cream maker. You see, I'm feeling the thickness of this. And the reason why it feels like, when my mother made ice cream, of course, the traditional way of making ice cream is, you make a custard with the egg yolks, the yellow of the egg, and you make the custard. This feels really custardy, and it's because of the evaporated milk. If I just had the Brazil nut milk, it would not have this consistency. So try to get this evaporated coconut milk to make your ice creams, right? So that's it. And now we're going to pour this into our frozen bowl. So I'll get back to you. I'm gonna organize my ice cream maker. So guys, this is I poured the mixture, the ice cream mixture, into my ice cream maker, and it's turning, and when it's starting to get hard, it's on now for about 7 minutes. In about 10-12 minutes, when it gets harder, then I'm going to put my sticky toffee pudding, and then you have to put it in a container and put it in a refrigerator for about 2 hours. So whatever ice cream maker you have, just this is what you have to do. So when I get my ice cream together, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Hey guys, I hope you see that the ice cream is gotten very hard, and it's been on now for about 20 minutes. I wanted to do an extra 5 minutes, so I'm going to do this for 25 minutes. And what I'm going to do is, you see my sticky toffee pudding, I had this in the refrigerator, and I'm going to put some chunks of the sticky toffee pudding in the ice cream. And then after I take this out, I'm going to add some more, because I don't want my some of the sticky toffee pudding, I want it to dissolve a little bit in the ice cream, but then I want some big chunks as well. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and then when I put this in my container, I'm going to fold in some more chunks of sticky toffee pudding. Alright, so I'm going to get back to you. So I'm now removing the ice cream from the freezer bowl, and what you have to do is you take, this is my stainless steel container with an airtight cover. You put this in your freezer for no less than 2 hours, and then voila, you have ice cream. Because these ice cream makers, they don't freeze this completely hard. You have to do an additional thing and put it in the freezer. Okay, so I'm going to chop up some of my sticky toffee pudding and fold into this and put it in the freezer, and then when 2 hours later, I'm gonna show you what my ice cream looks like. All right, guys. So guys, this is our ice cream. It's been sitting in the freezer for about 2.5 hours, and you can see the little pieces of the sticky toffee pudding. I am going to get a bigger scoop for my ice cream, so I'm going to do about 4, 5 scoops, 6 scoops, because this is a pretty big ice cream bowl. And then what I did, I melted some of my leftover caramel. This is my caramel that I have left over, but it thickens up overnight, so I melted some in my oven, and I'm going to now like sprinkle some of the caramel sauce over the ice cream, and I'm going to just stick a piece of my sticky toffee pudding here. So I'm looking forward to this. This is the second time I made this. Mr. Haagen-Dazs disappointed me when they discontinued the sticky toffee pudding, but now I have recreated it vegan style, non-dairy, milk, agave syrup. You can do this, guys. Okay, and it's really hot. It's really hot today. So I'm looking forward to having this later on. All right, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Love you guys. Take care.